Hi friends, this is Mohit. Welcome back to my channel, Mohit the Doer. It's D-O-E-R, Doer. Hi friends. Hey friends. Hey, who are you? I'm Mohit. No, I'm Mohit. Chill guys, why so much of confusion? You both are same, isn't it? Oh yes. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to talk about the great Rani Lakshmibai. Stay tuned. Yes, we are going to speak about the great Rani Lakshmibai, the great Virangana of Jhansi. Please do watch the video fully. Don't skip it because we are going to speak about the full history of Rani Lakshmibai. Rani Lakshmibai was the queen of Jhansi, which is located in the central India. She was one of the most leading personalities in the first war of India's independence that started in 1857. Did you know, in the year 1857, many Indian soldiers in British army went against British. This was the first big battle of Indians went against British. This was known as Sepoy, the soldier mutiny in the British records. She was born in Varanasi in the year 19th November 1828. During her childhood, she was called by the name Manikarnika. Her family members affectionately called her Manu. She was raised by his father as she lost her mother at the tender age of 4. While pursuing studies, she also took formal training in martial arts, which included horse riding, fencing and shooting. You know, Manikardika's father worked in Peshwa, the king's palace. He had a son called Nana Sahib. Nana Sahib and Manikarnika were childhood friends. Let's know about how Manu becomes Lakshmi. In the year 1842, she got married to the Maharaja of Jhansi, Raja Gangadhar Rao knee walker. On getting married, she was given the name Lakshmibai. Her wedding ceremony was held at the Ganesh temple, which is located in the old city of Jhansi. In the 1851, she gave birth to a son, but unfortunately, the child did not survive more than 4 months. You know, Gangadhar Rao has a huge library which has many Sanskrit writings on palm leaves. He loved to participate in many dramas where he acted in many roles. In the year 1853, Gangadhar Rao fell very sick and became very weak. So, the couple decides to adopt a child. But unfortunately, Maharaja Gangadhar Rao died soon after the adoption ceremony. Immediately, Rani Lakshmibai took charge of Jhansi. The unfair rules of British to take away lands and kingdoms. In those days, British brought a new rule in they would not allow an adopted child to be the king. They would send their armies and bring the kingdom under their control. This was very unfair. They have brought so many kingdoms under their control using this method. Hey, you know, Tatya Tope fought against the British several battles and many tribal folks joined Tatya Tope to fight for freedom. Many plans of the British failed due to him. So, the British took help of traitors in the Indian kingdom. Rani Lakshmibai refuses to give Jhansi. The British thought that it was very easy to take Jhansi from Lakshmibai. On 7th March 1854, Sir Hughes sent a letter which said that the Jhansi was under British rule as Damodar Rao cannot be chosen as the next king. They wanted her to give up Jhansi so that they could rule. They even offered some money to her hand over Jhansi. Rani Lakshmibai was ferocious at this. The uncompromising Rani Lakshmibai told, "Mere Jhansi nahi dungi," that is, I shall not part with my Jhansi in the royal courtyard. The battle for freedom had started. She made preparations to save Jhansi from the likely attack by the British. Lakshmibai builds an army. Jhansi had an army around 5,000 men. She added a group of women into the army called Durga Dal. She herself drilled and trained them. Her favorite horses were Sarangi, Pawan and Badal. She practiced regularly along with the women army and assigned women guards at the women forts in Jhansi. The fight with British. On 20th March 1858, Sir Hugros, the British officer, attacked Jhansi with his army. She stood encouraging her army to fight with the British. The battle started on 24th March 1858 and continued for 10 days till April 2, 1858. The battle continued for 10 days outside the fort of Jhansi. Many died on the both sides. The fort was so well protected, so the British could not enter for 10 days, even after continuous firing from both the sides. Jhalkari Bai and Rani Lakshmibai fighting against Hugros. The British entered the fort. At last, the British forces entered the fort because there were people under Rani Lakshmibai worked for British. A traitor, that is cheater, opened the gate of the fort for British, and the army was headed by an officer named Hugros entered the Jhansi. Jhalkari Bai says Rani Lakshmibai. That is when Jhalkari Bai advised the Rani to leave the fort to gather the support of other kings. Jhalkari Bai is revered as one of the most bravest daughters of Bharat Mata. She was one of the commander of Durga Dal, the army set up by Rani Lakshmibai. She was also an advisor to her. In future, I will share more details about Jhalkari Bai. Rani leaves the fort. Rani leaves the fort with her adopted son Damodar Rao tied to her back. Rani Lakshmibai jumped several feet from the fort and rode away on Badal, one of her favorite horses during the journey. Badal died while the mother and son survived. Rani left the fort to take help from Peshwa Tatya Tope. Peshwa understood the situation and decided to help her. He sent 20,000 men to save Jhansi. The chase begins. The combined army of Tatya Tope and Rani defeated the king of Kalpi as he refused to help. The British attacked the Kalpi fort since Rani was present there. They somehow wanted to kill her. A fierce battle took place to Kalpi between the British and Rani along with many more kings who helped her. Although Rani was defeated, she remained steadfast till the end. Rani reaches Gwalior. Tatya Tope and Rani reaches Gwalior. The Maharaja of Gwalior didn't help them as he feared the British. On 16 June 1858, the British attacked the Gwalior, knowing very well that Rani was present there. Rani had to fight this war to save Jhansi. She was wearing a soldier's uniform. Many soldiers died on the battle while fighting with an enemy soldiers on both the sides. Rani Lakshmibai was wounded very badly and she fell down from the horse. She was hurt badly with gunshots and swords. She left the battlefield and she never wanted the enemy soldiers to capture and show disrespect to her. She entered a jungle near a village and breathed her last on 18 June 1858. The life history of Rani of Jhansi is very inspiring. She could have stayed in the fort by allowing Jhansi to be ruled by the British, but she preferred to save Jhansi. She surprised the British government by showing an extraordinary fighting spirit and valor in the battles fought at the Jhansi, Kalpi and lastly at Gwalior. Such an extraordinary lady who tied her son on her back while fighting the battle will not be found in the history of the world. Friends, hope you like my video. I was very happy to share this information about the great warrior of India. We are the big fans of Rani Lakshmibai. Hope you also inspired by knowing about her story. Please do comment about this video. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed our video. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe my channel Mohit the Doer. Till then, stay tuned. Har Har Mahadev! Har Har Mahadev! Tada!